We're passionate about making amazing urban bags, so we don't compromise on things that make a poor quality product. What we refuse to compromise on is how we deliver our bags to our users. Because getting the bags to our users on time and securely is what completes our definition of a truly amazing quality product. What do you get when you marry Star Wars with Wayang Kulit? Bring out your lightsabers. On today's ConcreteJungle, we speak with Tintoy and Huat about their latest project, Peperangan Bintang. I'm Patrick Lim and I'm a first-time entrepreneur. I founded a company manufacturing and designing urban city bags here in Malaysia. And because I was new to business, I had tons of questions and challenges that needed answers. I started talking with veteran entrepreneurs and they would tell me these great origin stories of theirs. On this show, we talk to entrepreneurs about how they brought their crazy ideas to life. You get to hear their stories of adventure and challenges, or how they started from zero to hero. Welcome to the show. Tintoy, Huat, nice to meet you guys. Thank you very much for spending Sunday to record this show. So we are here to talk about Peperangan Bintang.
Yes.
This is really massive idea of bringing a very well-loved property to Wayang Kulit, right? So before we begin, before we talk about that, let's talk about you guys. Let's talk about what were you doing before all this?
Yeah. Okay.
Now I understand you run the studio, Tintoy
Yes.
Studios.
Yes.
So let's talk about that as well.
Alright. Okay, basically I'm Tintoy Chuo. I'm a character designer and I'm founder of Action Tintoy Studio, where this is what my passion is, to do character design. Yeah, I was born in Penang and came here and studied, and then I was in some multimedia companies. I focus and do more towards interactive media. So until almost in the year 1999, I said, hey, I saw a lot of people doing character design successfully overseas, and that's what I really like. I like to create things that make it alive. So I said, I take the risk, set up my studio, come up, set up my own company, and do focus on character design. So that's how.
But at that point, you already have all this training. Were you already trained in character design?
There is no college or whatsoever about character design. It's basically because I graduate as a graphic designer.
Okay.
So I draw, I design. So from there I pick up and try to analyze and try to learn how they do it. And since that's what my passion is. So, and after a while, yes, I get to do a few character design jobs and stuff, and I feel like, hey, that is what I want. So I come up and I set up a company to do so, focus on that. But of course, while have like 10 plus years of multimedia experience, so I continue to provide the service. So now my company have two divisions, character design as interactive media.
So all this while you've been freelancing on your own, or did you spend some time in corporate world?
Well, after I set up our own company, that is not considered freelance, that is contract. It's the same thing, it's called contract or jobs.
Right.
It's not too much of the freelance, it's a job anyway. Yeah. So yes, I do here and there quite. And recently, for the past few, I involved in animation. Yeah, so I have created my own IP, few of my IP, and recently I'm involved in creating iOS game, iPad games.
Oh, which one is that?
It's not out.
Okay, you're still waiting for Apple, right?
No, we stepped in.
Just started to do.
I have done a few games, small games here and there, but not iOS. So it's like, it's about time.
Why do you choose iOS?
Well, from what I know, in my opinion, you know, there are like almost 70% of the paid app is from there, and you look at the way iTunes set up is very easy. You know, then I'm not against Android. You know, just start with iOS first. You know, then after that
port it over.
Yeah. So it's less thing to do. You know, or more I can focus more on the operation rather than technical stuff. Yeah.
Are you able to elaborate a little bit about some of the characters that you created in the past, or at least maybe to give some people a little bit of context of what you've done in the past?
Yeah, okay. For the commercial job, I have done a few, which is one of them is KFC, Malaysia region. Yeah, that was when I was in a company called Peperangan Bintang with him. That's how I met him.
The first time we met is
in the company.
The gift design, premium designs company.
So. And we actually had to pitch with a Hong Kong company on that, and after quite a long while, I was approved, and our design was selected. And another one will be one of Astro channel called Xiao Taiyang, Little Sun, code name, is for kids. Yeah, so I designed all the character, idents, and everything. Because they're starting a new channel, so I start from character, identities, you know, lower thirds, and what's next on everything. So that will be another more prominent project. But on the other hand, on my own IPs, I've created a few. One is called GSQ, Goose Smashing Quarters, where I combine traditional ghost busting, Chinese ghost busting, and hip hop. Totally different things and combine it together. Yeah, and another one which is considered funny as well is called Huat, whereby I combine fast plane and fat hawks. Yeah, and both of them actually was recently shortlisted in the Tuntun channel. So we are actually on the voting, online voting status, and see if the winner will get some fun to continue to develop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so that's when you met up with Huat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm graduate in Lincoln, and then the first job actually is the premium design company, which is after 2 or 3 years then I met with Chuo.
Yeah.
Then we also really I admire him, and he also like our design kind of things. We worked together for about 1 year, is it?
I think maybe around
2 years.
Yeah, around 2 years.
Yeah, in that company. Yeah. After that, he left. But in that company, I stayed for 4 years or 5 years. Yeah. So that times did a lot of premium design, so that I am familiar with plastic design, like how to open a mold, and then to build the toys come out. And you know that previously there's a cartoon called Tommy and Oscar.
Yes.
Yeah. There's actually merchandising like toys kind of things, like retail toys that we design. I'm the one also designing. Yeah, actually come from scratch, all from drawing boards, concept pitching for the project that they get approval from the cartoon in Italy. Actually, Tommy Oscar is from Italy, so the studio in Italy approved. Then okay, we will proceed to make it like a prototype. And then the product had to be done in China. China is the best in the world. So sometimes I have to go to China as well. I spend the most in China is about more than 2 weeks. Sometimes about a month. to when they're doing production side. So I had to be there. So to see the challenge there is how's the difficulty, like we have to solve a lot of problems. So with the engineer there, they're experts. So whatever problem that they come up, they will seek like my comment about how to change it, kind of things. Is it okay or not, something like that. So we let's sit down together and brainstorm what's the way to make it work.
Have you heard of MakerBots?
Yeah, MakerBots.
Do you feel that with MakerBots, right, this is going to change?
Yeah.
You have one at home?
Yeah. Well, actually, I wish to do something like that. Yeah, but that time is this is the only time.
Yeah, that time there was no such thing.
Yeah, so very limited in product design as well and toy design as well. At that time, 1990 something, that is very rare. Yeah, so.
In fact, I still think it's rather rare at this point of time. You know, toy making is something that,
yes,
like you said, you don't get training in schools. You can't go to schools to learn about this.
There's no toy design course. But
even
there is
now,
a product design course. Actually, I want to go for the product design course, but at that time I can't find any product design course. Going only have graphic designs, advertising, whatever. And but the year that I after graduate from Lincoln, they start the design course, product design course.
They always do this, right? When you leave, they do all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah, probably that time the product design is picked up. That's why they have the course. But it's okay. So that I found a product design. Sort of product design actually is premium design. That's the company, first company.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my passion of doing 3D stuff. And that time we still create a lot of characters because some like. KFCs, they need some characters to go with their toys, kind of things. So we use a design. That's why he came in as the designing KFC toys, characters, kind of things as well. Yeah. So me, I like manga. I like animation. He also like animations. Big fan of animation mangas.
Remember the first time when the boss was taking tour, introduced one by one to us. I saw his table have a big poster, Big O.
Yeah, Big O. Yeah.
You have that? That's how we start to talk. You know, we love it. You know.
Yeah. At least same channel, so that
yeah, same frequency.
Yeah, same frequency. Then after that, because some situations actually, I left the company as well. I work with Hong Kong's company, also doing premium design, but that one only lasts for 1 year. And the Hong Kong company actually seized the company. I don't know why. They don't, not in even 1 year, they seized the company. I think it's because they have other plans to do. So they seized the local, KL branch company. So that time I'm like nowhere to go. So with my skills, not a lot of people want because I'm doing design premiums and design toys.
Very special skill.
Very specialized skills. So. That time I have to do anything, so I have to go to advertising. Because this is the most best market for creative in Malaysia. So look for agencies, we want a freelancer, whatever. So I'll be there for 1 week, 2 weeks, sometimes only a few days, and do a lot of things. And even on my own, I also get some like illustrations. Yeah, so I'll be doing. Illustrations, designing some booklets, print out whatever. So printing productions and computer imagings, that kind of like you want to put your face in somebody's body, or you want to make KLCC in the middle of somewhere in desert, whatever. So that kind of things. Yeah, so
that's all you do best.
Yeah, that's that I do best. Yeah, so from there I really polished a lot of my skill, and also like open my eyes on advertising side. And by that time I also realized that wow, this is another horizon I never been able to imagine how it looks like. So it's good. It's good actually. Another few years, good years for me to polish the other side of my skill. Yeah. So right now I have the. Before that, I have 3D design model thing. Right now, I have the 2D and more to the advertising kind of skills, commercialized skills. And later on, I'm hired by a company, international agency. It's called Grey 2. Yeah, G2. And that time I'm working for G2 for 3.5 years. Yeah, that even that 3.5 years, I learned a lot about brand, how to build the brand, the proper way to build a brand in more internationally. So there's another stage that I really learned a lot also, and still not really finished my learning also.
Will we ever?
Yeah, whatever, like you feel, wow, there's a lot of way to build a brand. So yeah, there's already opened another side of my mind. So I'm thinking, wow, probably like this local company, like probably, let's say, put that kind of international brand building things, right? This company can go very far. So a lot of time I also think in these ways. And like I work with one aircon companies locally. That's only my part-time freelance I just get because friends asked me to help out, and he's a primary school friend for me, so that okay lah, I just help out lah, see how. And he said, oh okay. Then I also tell me a lot how to build a brand kind of things. Well, he used some of the ideas. Yeah, but I don't have a full time to work with him because this is just like helping out only. Yeah, at least yeah, I can provide something to let him sell his things.
So all this while you guys have been keeping in contact with each other?
Yes, on and off. Like he's some project that he needs some rendering and not enough people to do the
so he knows that you're the best guy to do it.
Yeah, sometimes you know that there's not too many crazy people like us who think similar. Then I was like, who I'm gonna ask? Like there was previous project about plane. You know, I mean I try my best to do, but sometimes I don't know which one how to do. So that there's not many crazy people. I have friends here to in the same frequency. Then I ask him, hey, what? Email him. I need something like this and this and this. You know, can you come up something for me? And true enough, it come up something great for me. So it's fantastic.
Yeah. Because sometimes one people thinking will like just only like the direction is not so wide.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So let's say when two people come together, right, when it hit right, whoa, it's wider. But even not only wider, you can go to the back and also up and down.
Yeah.
Because it's really like open a lot.
1 + 1 is not 2.
Yeah, 1 plus not 2.
11.
I don't know.
So how do you guys come about with Peperangan Bintang? What was the earlier conception of this project?
It start from him.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, if you will, I will say I started the Wayang Kulit, some fusion Wayang Kulit thing on another project. Yes, on another property. I'll just say it's a robot thing. Yeah, I was back in exhibition in 2007, but unfortunately, the exhibition didn't go off. Didn't kick off. So I keep the ideas for a while. So after that, I came out to do my own IP on the animation and stuff like that. Until early this year, so I was thinking, hey, maybe it's time that for us to do something which is a culture, our own culture. So I said, if that is so, I just think, hey, I have something that which I did before. So I said, hey, how about we continue taking this kind of concept and do it again? Yeah. So that one is basically turn the robot into a Wayang Kulit, something like this, a Wayang Kulit form.
Was it an original IP or it was also?
It was a Japanese robot.
It was a Japanese robot. Anyone in particular?
Yes, it's Zaku.
Gundam kind.
Yeah, Zaku.
Yeah, Zaku.
Alright.
They call it Zakulit.
Zakulit. Kulit, yeah.
Yeah, Kulit, Zaku. But it was one only, and that time I have to say that the way I look at Wayang Kulit was still not as detailed as this. Still was not, many part was not right and things like that.
But why Wayang Kulit? What made you go to Wayang Kulit?
Actually, I'm very admire of his vision of this as well. Because first I listened to his vision of this, right? I'm like, whoa! And in my back of my mind is thinking, yeah, why
He's
not?
crazier than me.
Sometimes.
But why not? Because you see, Japanese, right? They came up with their culture is so strong.
Yes.
They have this samurai ninja kind of things, and it's used all over the world.
All over manga.
Yeah, manga and even
manga,
westernized
exactly.
movie. They also like American movie, whatever. They also doing that. And why not? We Malaysian, we have a
keep
very
our
rich
heritage.
Our heritage. Why not we doing in this way? Yeah, so his idea of the wayang kulit, I think this is the best way to start. Yeah.
Because, well, very simple, I don't know how to do batik. I don't know how to do ukiran kayu and those vast things. There are so many different types of heritage or cultural things. So I look around, I feel like, hey, maybe wayang kulit seems to be more suitable.
Right.
I'm not saying that I will not do batik, but maybe, who knows, maybe there's some another crazy concept. But that's how I choose. So I feel that to me, it's very mysterious. They have a lot of mysterious element there, and sometimes it looks different, and a lot of that. So which is why I said, hey, let's do something about it. One of the reasons I picked wayang kulit is, if you will, this art, the traditional wayang kulit art, seems to be dying. It's not that I say that it's considered a fact.
I mean, it's fact.
It's a fact.
Wayang kulit is something that I grew up watching. Those short documentary snippet, 10 minutes documents on RTM, right?
Yeah.
About wayang kulit, if you remember those.
Yes.
And I think that was the last time I actually saw wayang kulit, and until
Yeah.
today, it's only at the back of your mind.
Yeah.
My kids is not going to know what the hell is wayang kulit.
Yeah. There was only one time in the 90s, there was an ad called Peperangan.
Yes.
Done by Silver N. Yeah.
Yes.
That time was kind of.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
So that was my last time I saw wayang kulit.
Yeah. It was once in a while, and people remember. I talk to people, I remember. And that's all. There are people pushing it here and there, but not to the mainstream. So that's like, hey, maybe I can do something about it, because if we show the actual wayang kulit, and tell the actual story to the youngster, especially within a few seconds or 1 minute, they're gone. Yeah. So I said, hey, we in order for this thing to carry on, we need to target the younger generation. So how
bring it back to this generation.
Yeah. So how do we get them to like this? Speak their language, do something they like. Like Star Wars is big in them, like a lot of people know.
What about Ben 10 lit?
Okay, Ben 10 is more towards categorized as kids.
Right.
Yeah. Although yes, they have 2 seasons. The Alien Force is when he is 16, but that one is still.
So you did think about this, right? Ben 10.
Later, yes, I did. But when I start, it's something Ben 10 is something that my son like.
Yes.
Maybe not me.
Right.
If I want to do something come from our heart, it's better to exercise something that we like. So we like Star Wars.
The one property that will bridge all generations, right?
Yeah, and Star Wars bridged 2 different generations. The Anakin era or the Darth Vader era. So
then there is the Clone War era. Right?
Yeah. Clone War is under Anakin when he's still bright before he turned to dark side.
So before we start to think of using Star Wars, we think a lot with Avengers.
Yeah,
true.
Stupid things.
Yeah.
Because even like Anakin also, right? It's only the kids that know about it and don't know about Anakin through Clone Wars.
Yes. Yeah.
And the adults will know about Anakin, or the pre-teens, the teenagers will know about Anakin in the movies. So there's actually a lot of generations that's being yanked into one hub.
Yeah. So
and also the Star Wars, right, actually later on I found out actually the Star Wars characters, right, it's quite similar to like the wayang kulit stories, Ramayanas and Sri Rama kind of things. Yeah, so it's kind of match. Yeah, that's why we kind of use like one is evil, one is the
bright and the
dark,
good and evil.
So was it difficult to figure out wayang kulit? Or did Google help?
Google. Okay, the Google come there. Actually, when thinking about it, it's always easy because we get excited.
Yes.
It's like wow, Then the next day you come to do the thing that, hey, where should I start? The challenge start.
That's the challenge.
Yeah. Of course, Mr. Google helped, but it helped half. This is my advice to everyone. Google, it helped 50% of your work. Because when easy. Go Google, and you find all sorts of different wayang kulit style back, and it's like so lovely, so rich, and I start drawings. Then the first challenge come. Then you think about it. Hey, this is not Malaysian wayang kulit. No, yeah, oops, no.
Actually the
Indonesian.
Yeah, Indonesian, that Turkish, Burma, Vietnam, Philippines.
Right.
Forget not origin from China. So many.
So you open up Pandora's box lah.
Yeah. Like oh.
So we have to study back to our root. Okay, where is the Malaysians? Wayang Kulit? Yeah. So the Kelantan Wayang Kulit actually.
Malaysia have 3.
There's the 3 main style they're doing. One is Kelantan,
Kelantan, Kedah.
Kedah is called Wayang Gedet. Gedet is more to normal folks kind of stories. A bit also like a Ramayana story, but more as a normal folk story. Sometimes they also put in a mud pit inside also.
The modern life.
Yeah, modern life.
The cowboys, you know.
And the other one, the one is the real Malay one is about the. The other one is Japanese, more Japanese one. There is more to a Southern, Selangor and Southern Johor side. There's the design is totally different. It's more like slim type of design.
More towards the Japanese design. But it's slim, stylish.
But the Malay one is all Kelantan, like a more Malaysianized, can represent Malaysia. We feel that it's the Kelantanese.
We've been searching, like I said, from the big globe, we find out, okay, Malaysian style, we decide that we should, if we want to promote Malaysian art, we should be doing something Malaysia.
Right.
So when we come down here, then we found got 3. the southern, northern, and the eastern. Like, oh, you know. But then we feel that we should pick one, of course. Then I went to the Craft Tangan Malaysia. I was searching for it, then I found the book, you know. And it was, they said, written that Malaysian shadow play. And I said, this is my answer. Whatever I don't now, I just follow this, and this is definitely right because it's published by Malaysian government.
Right. You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. Yeah. So from that will be our blueprints of how the character should look like, what's the size, you know, things like that. And
even the holes and the motif of the design and the contents, right? Yeah, we study a lot. How to make it looks really like a localized Wayang Kulit style. It's not that you see here is the Japanese now. So you have to make it very distinct kind of a motif.
But what I still have to add one thing is that although we do these two only, we still consider very young in the art of Wayang Kulit. We're still learning.
Right.
So there's still a lot of things we are learning. But no doubt it's very exciting, yet challenging. But since it's something that we like, you know, the challenge, we can handle it.
So when you first came up with this idea, what was the okay? You figure out what concept, what part of Wayang Kulit and everything like that. Now is how do you bring this to the people? What were the challenges of that?
Okay, bringing to people as we have an opportunity which is on the end of July. We have there's a design exhibition which is called Designer Weekend. I want to participate. So that will be a good time for me to show our stuff. So 2 months before that, May, we were working very hard on this. So in terms of how people think we cannot help, we don't know. We really don't know. There are 2 scenarios might happen. First, we put the exhibition. The pakcik will come here, throw us rotten egg.
So did they?
No, prediction.
Prediction. Okay.
Second is everybody like it. So thanks God, it happened more towards the second scenario. You know, because we are actually taking something traditional, kind of, if you will, play around with it. To us, it's just fusion. It's mixed with different things. Again, it's what if I mix something very old, like traditional, and something very modern, sci-fi, Star Wars, pop, join them together, and this is the result. So I actually talked to him, say, well, just bring a helmet, no? just in case. So
I did bring a Darth Vader.
The lightsaber can block out. But apparently, when people saw it, they were like, it's a very good response. They were like, wow, and I got quite a number of good, how to say, they say some good thing about the project, you know, and there are people who just call me and want to meet me and say that how much they feel, you know, about this project, you know. And there was one which I recently met, and he said to me, kau ni gila ah. But it's a compliment. It's a compliment. Yeah, he tell me it's a compliment. He's not trying to screw me. It's a compliment. Yeah, because of the kind of thing, the combination, you know, and stuff like when I explain to him that this is Darth Vader, you know, like Maharaja Darth Vader in the Kelantan slang, okay? So you have teeth, you know, and the thing is, for Wayang Kulit, usually the 4 main character will be standing on the dragon and things like that. When I make the design, it's not nice. So I said, make into a vehicle that he's then.
But they didn't have a dragon in Star Wars, right? So yeah, so I think quite a fair bit of detail has been thought into.
A lot, I tell you, a lot. So I put in this Star Destroyer, Class 2 Star Destroyer, and he came up with the idea saying, hey, how about we modify that roof thing into a Malay Minangkabau roof? So it's Malay. Yeah, so stuff like that make people crazy.
Yeah, because when we're doing this, right, crafting the Darth Vader, right, I have to get ourselves, the thinking mode, right, change to back to the time when all this Wayang Kulit thing started out. How the puppet master, when they saw something like so alien, so sci-fi, like Darth Vader, right,
how would they interpret it?
Interpret it and record it in the Wayang Kulit style.
Right.
So we have to like
Wear
put our
hat.
cap like in this kind of situation.
So you take out the Darth Vader hat for a while lah.
So there's no more Darth Vader in my head. So it's only that time when they see Darth Vader, like, how they record it out, and how they recorded the Star Destroyers when they see this kind of thing. Because the Star Destroyer, they also had the roof. It's like kind of normal roof.
None of us would have thought of that.
Yeah. So why not? Let's say it's roof, right? Why not make
Malay
it
roof?
Minangkabau?
Yeah.
Which is that time they are more familiar with. Yeah, so that kind of fusion that actually kick a lot of creative out from us. So so that's how it goes.
Yeah, a lot of things to put in.
And you get claw, the claw kind of thing.
Yeah, these are the Wayang Kulit motifs.
Yeah, the bad guys or the evil guy, they always have the claw,
and
aggressive,
and the teeth.
the teeth as well. And the good guy will have the gesture of blocking.
Yes.
Yeah, pushing away the evil force. Yeah. So all the details we have to put in. The challenge will be like, Darth Vader is Darth Vader. The enemy or the bad guy or this Maharaja Ravana, they all have their own distinct, different and identity. One of the challenges is which one to use for the head, which part. That's the hand. Should I use the Darth Vader hand or should I use Ravana's hand? The head, you know. So that's the part. The decision making is a lot of things, you know. I have come up a lot of sketches. The pre-production drawing. There's many. One, as I mentioned, is too Javanese. Revision B was too much like a human wearing some armor. It's too organic. It's not that they lost the identity of Darth Vader. Then revision 4 continue 4, 5. Then we kind of get it, you know.
So how long do you put?
Yeah,
how much time do you put into
sometimes
this?
he didn't have time to do. Then I will continue my part, and then email him. Then he revise, and then I come back, and also I add in something.
3 months,
3 months.
I met him around May, you know, say for the
before
July.
start. Yeah, that time is just discussion kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you guys just cracked this out within the last 6 months?
Yeah.
The hell, man! You guys are crazy.
Thank you.
It's a compliment.
Yeah, I think it's a compliment.
You gila kan?
Yeah, saya memang. I mean,
That's amazing.
no, the thing is, that's why I kind of like to, when I work on this, what is cool, because he have his own set of skill and rationale, and so when I ask something, he said, hey, this is cool, we keep, and this part he have different, so it become, and bear in mind, both of us were working though. You know, this is
full-time
like,
working.
You've got a full-time job.
Yeah,
You've got
things to do
a
as well.
studio to run.
Yeah. So it's mainly like after 6, you know, it start kind of thing. Yeah,
And you have 3 kids.
yes.
Oh yeah. Amazing. He is an amazing one.
Talk about life, huh?
Wow.
They give us a lot of support lah. You know,
Yeah.
thanks God, and my roommate, you know, which is my wife, you know, give us
That's a new way of putting it.
So like what contribute a lot now, which I cannot do, is the motif, the ukiran, I myself look at it, I was like, oh, how am I going to do that?
Actually, for me, I need to find a way to make it easy to manipulate.
Yes.
Because you see that all the lines, I cannot align every dots by myself.
Yeah.
So in that kind of computer program, I have to make a way that easy to move around.
Right.
Yeah. All this motif actually is in one line. Actually, it's a line pattern.
Well, you can imagine before computers how they used to do it.
Yes. That's the thing. Yeah. Then we will be like fine art. That's really fine art.
Yeah.
Well, even though, let's say with the help of Adobe Illustrator, it takes him many days, many nights to do, because it's going to be detailed how
It is.
Yeah.
And we have to consider the hole, how we put that, and after the production, it won't break because it's too thin to the side kind of things. Actually, easy break kind of thing. That kind of consideration we have to put in as well.
Oh,
yeah. And we have to consider that kind. The first one is using art card. Is just like a normal cardboard kind of things. Yeah,
this is all. This is literally perforation.
Yes, perforation things. Yeah. So a lot of consideration that we want to.
So now that you have the puppets.
Yes.
Right, you have got the concept all figured out.
Yeah.
What's next? Where are you going to bring this to? And what's the future of this program?
Yeah. You see, when you do this, it is not just two puppet. What we really want to do is do an actual Wayang Kulit shadow puppet show. That is our objective. There's no point showing this only. Yes, it does help to create interest among youngs and old as well, but this thing was meant to play.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
now you have built it. Let's take out and play.
Yeah. So we start talking to people, and people start to talk to us, and how to do. And the first group that I talked to is actually the official Star Wars Malaysian fan club. This is Star Wars anyway. So, and when they see I'm very grateful that they love this project and is very supportive to this project. So I work with them on this furthermore. And one of the very, very important thing is we need to find a way to get permission from Lucasfilm to do this.
Yeah.
So if I'm send an email to them, unlikely they're going to reply. So the president, let him talk to Lucasfilm, because it's an official fan club. They have official
connections.
Yeah. So after a few emails, they give us green light.
Sweet. Okay.
To do Wayang Kulit, the actual show.
So now that we are at that topic, right?
Yes.
How difficult is it to work on someone else's IP? If you have an idea like this, I'm sure there are a lot of other people who's got similar ideas.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
but they may have an idea with a different IP, with someone else's IP again.
All right.
How difficult is it, or is it dangerous to tread on those waters?
Oh, okay. If actually it's an IP, yes, but let's say if we decide to paint our house like a Darth Vader, two-story Darth Vader house, it's my house. I'm not selling it. It's okay. In fact, it's good for them because
So it's fan art. That is
it's fan art
considered
because we like the project. That's why we draw. If not, I'll be doing Star Trek.
Right.
Because we like it so much that we're willing to spend time to do this. So when you want to work on the actual thing, there are usually two ways: the dark way or the proper way.
Right.
I decide to use the proper way. Go to the proper channel, ask permission, and from there you can know what can be done, what cannot be done. So from that we work around that. That is the way to do it. We can just straight away paint the floor, look Skywalker, fine, sure, no problem, better for them. But we want to do into the actual thing. There's a lot of element and department involved. So I decide to actually ask for the proper permission.
So was it difficult to ask for the permission?
Apparently
Well, apart
not.
from the point you had help from the Star Wars fan
For
club
me, definitely
Malaysia.
yes, it's hard, but from him, then seems to be quite okay.
Wow.
Yeah, after a few email exchange, he asked about how we're going to do this, merchandising, you're not allowed, this and that.
Okay. So the fine prints will be not for commercial purpose. Is that right?
We are still actually trying to see what we can do, because he gives us green light to do. I need money to cut this. I need money to get scriptwriter and the Tok Dalang to do.
Yes.
All these are, I need, it's not, if we can do it, we will, because we can't be a bit beyond us. So we are working on with them and see what they allow us to do, what we are not allowed. So from there, we work around it. We are still in the middle of discussion of what, how to, and what, when, and things like that.
So before this, you all most likely have got experiences in all this intellectual property engagement, do you?
Yeah, we do. Like when I met him in the company, it's like what?
A lot of Disney characters.
Right.
Tarzan.
Because this is daunting stuff,
Yeah.
This is something that, again, Google is not going to be able to help much. I have tried before and I have no clue what the hell Google is trying to tell me. Okay, it's not Google's fault, it's the people that,
Yeah, it's the people who contribute. So information is out, it's all over, really. Just that when you want, in short, when you want detail, it's better go buy books from libraries and that to read the actual things.
Right.
Yeah, there are, maybe I don't know how to find it that well yet, I'm still learning, but it's still to get the books or talk to the actual people, So one group is the Star Wars group, where the hardcore fans, whereby they actually help me to actually make things in, hopefully the actual show into a reality. So at least we are not there yet, but at least we are moving. Okay, and another one will be the person who as the purist, the traditional, and this is the book that I bought actually, and this is the blueprint of the character that I used, and apparently he contacted me. His name is Pak Daing, and he's from Kelantan. He been in KL for a while, and after I set up the Facebook page, and he actually sent me emails and say that
amazing.
I said this is extraordinary. You want to meet me here in KL, so I just meet him and bring him to see the actual things. It's an honor to actually. And
it's amazing that he found you out through. There is no connections between the two of you, right?
Yeah, no, I think the tech. He's quite tech savvy. He uses Facebook.
All right.
So it's cool,
So maybe he was also searching.
Yeah, I mean he. I think I feel good about this because this is Sri Rama.
Right.
Yeah, the Luke Skywalker, which I so-called Perantau Langit, okay, is based on him. And this
Perantau Langit. My God, you guys are good.
You can say that again. So you see, this is his puppet, and he even give me one.
Wow.
So this is his work, and actually based on this is very Kelantan, very Malaysian. And
imagine he's got no illustrator.
Yeah.
We can't imagine. We live in the world when there's no computer, we die.
We die.
Before the battery finish.
So in fact, actually, we're using it also very painful, no? Yeah, there's another skills that beside. Actually, they doing this right. They're using like the tools to poke the hole.
Yeah, it's a nail.
There's a nail kind of thing.
Yeah, I saw that in a documentary.
Yeah,
20, 30 years back.
Yeah. So they have their way. Actually, they are much easier and very natural. But in a way, because we
are not skilled in
computerized, right?
Yeah.
It's totally different steps. The way to do that actually is totally different. So actually, we have to spend a lot of time as well. Yeah, not that it's easy as well. It's not really easy. Yeah, it's not really easy.
There are like 10,000 one click.
10,000 one click. I don't know.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Don't talk about the errors, So Pak Daim actually met him out and come to see that, and he is very happy with this. He mentioned one thing, which is what my Wayang Kulit is. I still have stick. There still need people, which is Tok Dalang, puppeteers, to play it. So that is still very traditional. Regardless how it changed, the form, whatever.
It's still an art.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just to him, some people make it into a flash animation.
Yes.
That is animation, no doubt it's nice, but that is not.
It's not original.
Not original. Yeah. So of course, I mean, it's very honored to meet him, and he come and give some suggestion here and there, because as I said just now, we just get to know this in deep detail for a short while. So having him, the person who created this, come in, tell us what to do, suggestions.
Better look of the characters.
Yeah, so it's great, So I dare to say that I have got the traditional group agree of what are kind of okay with the thing that we're doing, and I kind of think that we can get the modern, Star Wars fan or not, the modern people kind of agree with what we are doing. So we are actually doing bridging, So literally it's from this Star Wars.
Oh, I love that book.
And this combined, that's what we are doing. So we feel happy that we are able to bring these two groups together into something. And again, the ultimate objective is to re-promote Wayang Kulit to the youngster here. We start here, So we are considered very excited about it.
Actually, it sparked a lot of like point of view, like a lot of open their horizon. Not only the young, but the old, the traditional way. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine the kids when you see this, the first thing they spark in the mind is Star Wars. What the hell? He looks different. They're bound to ask questions.
When I have my Facebook up, just a few pictures, there are people already asking, when is the show? Next week? Next month? When? They're asking, So this is the demand, future demand before we start to do the actual thing. So it's very potential. Look at it that way. It's very potential.
So what the challenges right now is cash, bringing it up.
In a way, yes. So now we are actually talking to. In fact, we start talking to some people already, and
you call up Istana Budaya or the Philharmonic.
The person that I talk to know the people in Istana Budaya.
Right.
So it's good. So he organized a lot of big event. So we are actually talking to him to see how to do this. So there's something you need to prepare, like for ROC, a short clip of proof of concept POC.
Yes.
Then show them, and then we hopefully touch wood, that we can get approved. Then we can get the funding, and we can start the actual thing.
So it probably also helped with Lucas that you already have this built. So do you already have this built when you were asking permission from Lucas?
Yes.
So you probably help. They have something to see rather than just an idea.
I'm not sure. I don't think he see anything.
No, I didn't see anything at all.
He didn't see anything at all. Basically, because the president brought in a way that this is a very cultural, this is a Malaysian culture.
Right.
Yeah. So now in a way that I actually will work on this with the official style fan club. Is like in Japan, the fan club in Japan, what they do? They take a samurai suit, they turn it into a Boba Fett or Darth Vader. That is very Japanese Star Wars.
Perhaps they have already done it before, so it was easy to approve.
No, I mean fan art you can do anything, but in terms of image representative, is there and it's so strong.
That represents Japanese Star Wars fan club.
Correct.
And what does represent our Malaysia fan club?
In fact, Darth Vader was imagined as a samurai,
Yes. But that's how it produced the Star Wars. But the Star Wars fan club Malaysia, this could be the icon.
This is ours.
This is
our representation of Star Wars.
So they are very excited about it, and so am I, so are we, So that's why I said, hey, we kind of talk in a way that I want them to use, please show more people that this is very Malaysian, that our stuff it represents Malaysia. So as a very, very good start, of course, and a lot more things to do. The challenges is how do you really get things done, and the actual Wayang Kulit show, the challenge will be from 2 hour 10-minute movie, how to string it down into like a 40-minute Wayang Kulit show. That's one that we need to decide, and then
we'll be doing the whole 6 shows and continue with the Clone Wars weekly. weekly 20 minutes.
We will try to focus step by step lah. I want to do this as how Star Wars started, A New Hope, which is episode 4.
So you're keeping to the tradition,
because I did Darth Vader. It's a change of Anakin, then this is not there yet. So start with the Darth Vader first, which is A New Hope.
Right.
So we plan to do a Wayang Kulit based on A New Hope. Satu harapan baru.
Peperangan Bintang.
Peperangan Bintang is the translation for that. And then many of the props and in scenario that we need to figure out. I tell you, Nobody has done the Wayang Kulit. Okay, Wayang Kulit basically is about watak, the character, even fighting in love or talking. There's no area battle.
Yeah. It's all movement, it's all dance.
Yeah, it's character and character. Even fighting also, there will be more askar. Also, is a being, is a creature. There's no like area battle, X-wing versus TIE fighter. Like, if you want to do that, we have to figure out how. Yeah, so there will be first of its kind.
I suppose it shouldn't be any problem considering the fact that this is the age now. Back then, right, Wayang Kulit, where got flying creatures? Flying creatures, where got flying? They have not even seen a flying creature before.
Yeah. So that is the
it's
second
only myth that they know about.
Yeah. So when we do this, we have to figure out. You know, let's say a scene, say in Cantina, you know, where Obi-Wan bring Luke Skywalker to meet Han Solo. There are a lot of things happening in the background. It's a canteen, so a lot of aliens. That's not a problem. They are still creatures on the ground, on the bar. You know, then they talk about Millennium Falcon being chased by a TIE fighter. We're like,
so what's the Millennium Falcon?
Somebody just told me just have it flat and put 2 wings. Falcon,
like a
Falcon's wing.
Like
Hera,
okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's like, hey, cool. We'll try to crack our head on what motive to use and how to do.
It must be fun having a chance to rethink the whole entire.
So you have to set a
Star Wars
mindset
myth.
back then, 100 years back, right? Few hundred years back, how they think of this Millennium Falcon. When they see Millennium Falcon, what is it like? So that kind of things.
It's challenging though. Nobody has done it before. Like, how are we going to do it, you know? But same.
And you know, right now, even sitting here, right, I'm thinking about it, and it's like this really humongous production. It seems very, very. It looks extremely huge.
It's not that huge, actually. If it's that huge, we won't be doing
it. It looks scary, you know. I mean, like one of that is like, oh, so many dots. You produce like don't know how many more.
But if you look at it from
you need the emperor, you need
cast point of view how many characters also fall into one type of task? It's one task only. Create the character. Backdrop also character, you know. Then another task with script, you know. Then sound effects. So it's a lot of character, no doubt lah. Just that is fall under one task. You know. So I try to look at it that way. Then it won't be too complex and looks more achievable.
So when I think about sound, when I think about Foley's, that itself already very scary, you know.
Sound is okay. We can actually purchase some of the actual lightsaber blaster sound. That is okay because
true. Consider the fact that you're gonna keep it back to the original. But if you're gonna keep back to original Foley's, right? Then will that take away the whole Wayang Kulit heritage?
No, it won't.
Yeah, the tradition of Wayang Kulit.
Okay. Yeah. You want to say?
The top dalan with the zoom.
If you press a button, you know the sound changer is just around. You know, imagine this type of visually is this. You know, the music. Imagine is the traditional Wayang Kulit.
Yes, exactly. So if you're gonna keep the score right to the traditional Wayang Kulit heritage, sound effects you probably need to do the same.
Yeah, we see there's no
lightsaber there.
So as well we just put the real lightsaber sound there, maybe.
Yeah, agree.
I mean some of the blaster because it's explosive. These are black plasma. You know, you just use. Maybe
the music. This is score. That will have to be traditionalized.
There's a few things that let's say R2D2's beat. You know, we maybe by looking at the gamelan group or the original traditional instrument, which one can produce that kind of sound? We might do that. That would be cool.
Probably the flute that can do the sound.
So it's still R2's beat, but played with the traditional Malaysian instrument. Lovely. When I tell people just look up 45 degrees, 3 seconds, they were like, I don't know whether they're imagine.
Every gig in Malaysia is having a hard on right now.
I hope so. We prefer the females. Okay. It's just that I don't know whether he imagined the same but I think it becomes they are very excited.
All of us are imagining the same thing.
Cantinas, the Imperial March. The main theme.
It's like rewatching the whole entire series, right? Without having to go through the entire series all over again, but it's a complete new experience entirely.
And people, regardless their age, want to watch it.
Yes.
So it's like, and this is literally making the pushing the wayang kulit up again. It's a dying art, you know. Now, boom,
Yeah.
we feel very grateful about it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what next?
What's next is we are just talking to this group of people to plan it out, and our task is to actually prepare the POC and show it to them.
When do you think we'll be able to see this?
I hope within 6 months time. Yeah, within 6 months. Yeah.
But I think of the scope of work, then after that, 6 months. My God.
Okay lah. Okay, it's not that we both do ourselves. We'll get
a group of people.
I think you need a group.
We'll definitely.
We have a group
like
of
the music.
John Williams is going to be very expensive.
It's not suitable. It's not the same one. It's not suitable. It's different.
Not suitable.
These have orchestra, but this is no. It's gamelan and this gong and senara and things
You're
like
going to have
that.
to find someone by the name of Johan. I don't know about Williams though.
So actually, there's one guy, you know, who he is a tech presenter at Jamel. He make poem and everything. I met him the other day. He was also like, wow. So I say, he said he want to get involved. I said, oh, definitely need, you know, names, you know. That style we can call that, like this few we can think of, like Perantau Langit Skywalker,
right.
you know, and we more. And if you come in, that will be cool because what he know is so unique, you know.
Yeah, his knowledge will be a whole lot more a different scope, like how you
and that's
describe it.
contemporary.
Yeah.
When they come in, wow, this thing is going to be rolling in a very dynamic movement.
Okay, I think we've geeked out far enough. So, last two question now.
Yeah.
Short period of time, 6 months back, right? If you were to see yourselves, the both of you were to see yourself, what would be the top 3 things you would tell yourself, right? About when you're first facing the challenges of bringing this entire concept to life. What would you tell yourself?
To me, it's like I should have learned Adobe Illustrator 5 sooner. I can do it easily.
Adobe 5, yeah.
That's
Adobe
one.
Illustrator 5 is much better.
Yeah, that is done in Adobe Illustrator 5, for your information. I was like, oh, don't have it. I don't know how to do it. I depend on it, you know. So that's one that I should have picked up so I can. It saves time, you know. That's one. You know.
So getting to know the tools, lah.
Yeah, unfortunately it's technical. So. And the other thing is, I should say, when I do this, I got a lot of good feedback. I don't know about it. I feel like maybe there are 3 people who watch this, you know, people might like it, but actually it's not. The impression that a lot Malaysians are very connected actually. That's what I know.
Yeah, so it means actually not have to think too much like how it will go kind of things, but based on our initial feeling about this instinct that we feel about this thing, right? Then we just go for it. And actually, we never imagined it will came up to this kind of like a huge, probably they will say huge production kind of things. Yeah, we did never think about that actually. Yeah, so we just keep our faith on what we like, and we put.
Just look upwards, never look down. Is that right?
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Do it.
Just do our best and present it in the best form and the possible way to make it works. All the things make it like can move around kind of things. Yeah, there's a way. The actual thing. And the other thing, we had 2, right?
Yeah, Penny.
I don't know. There's another one is what?
I feel like maybe the I myself also don't really know much and not much interest about this kind of thing, you know. So when I really want to do it, then I suffer so much and you do the midnight reading. You know, so if I myself 6 months ago that I should have started to learn research, appreciate, like there are workshops in Kelantan you can make.
Right.
I should have been there, you know. After I do it, then people say, hey, do you know that there's this craft tangan workshop and that, I did that. You know, that is solve my problem, like all the struggle and things like that. Yeah, so if I were there, you know, travel back in time, I would have just go out know more first. Kelantan is not far.
Not far, yeah.
Actually, our school time, right, they didn't teach you how to do wayang kulit.
Yeah, they really teach you how to do egg sandwich.
Hey, maybe they are, but due to not
And
popular.
a wooden pencil box.
Huh?
Wooden pencil box.
You did that one too, huh?
Yeah, also with a couple straight or whatever.
Oh yes, and then the
Thing, right,
kiran.
Kiran kind of things, yeah. But I never did a wayang kulit, so.
Okay, last question. Where do you think this project is right now? Zero or hero?
Semi-hero. I look at it from two aspects. In terms of our this project goes as puppet, you know, it get a lot of attention. It let people interest to want to see this, you know, not to see my thing, see wayang kulit, watch wayang kulit again. You know, it maybe give some of them some impression of what to do. So this one I think we have achieved something. But the actual wayang kulit puppet show is still months away. You know, it will be yes, we will know. So that one is still considered 0.1. You know, it's just started. You know, to prepare and make things. So that one is still considered not much. But as far as the interest is concerned, I feel it generates some movement. So it's
yeah, and actually you create people seeing that say, wow, yeah, we can do something as represent Malaysia.
Yes.
Yeah, there's the things that we lack. Like Japan, they have a lot of things that present their culture.
Yes.
Yeah, so this we should do.
Yeah. So we are glad that we do this. You know, I mean, in short, we are glad we do this, which is cultural related, rather than create a new superhero which is called marijuana heroes, which is not going to go anywhere. No? Bring up negative movement only. This is positive. We are glad.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you too.
We got really geeky and
Thanks for having us.
really cannot wait to actually see this production.
We too. We just hope that we just wake up the next day, 6 months later, hey, things done already. Then no need to go through all the hassle. No? But I don't have time.
You have to find Doraemon already.
We're going to do a Doraemon kulit, huh?
Yeah, one step at a time. One by one.
Slowly. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.